Triangulation is a painful part of narcissistic abuse that leaves you feeling confused and isolated. You might find yourself struggling to understand why others are turning against you, and why you are constantly being compared to someone else, or why you're feeling like you are in the middle of a conflict that you never started. In this video, we are going to explore triangulation, one of the tactics narcissists use in a narcissistic relationship. This video has 4 parts. In the part 1, we are going to define triangulation. In part 2, we will discuss the motivation behind the narcissist. In part 3, we shall explore the red flags to help you recognize this dynamic. And in part 4, we shall close the video with 3 actionable steps towards reclaiming your power and peace. So let's start with the part 1, which is the definition of triangulation. From a psychological standpoint, triangulation is a deliberate strategy employed by a narcissist to introduce a third person into a close connection between, say, 2 or more people. It's far more complex than a gossip. It's a calculated and insidious behavior designed to create instability, control the narrative, and ultimately isolate the target of abuse, which is the survivor. Narcissists set up the dynamic where they are the center, setting the 2 people against each other or using one person to manipulate the another one. The immediate emotional impact on the survivor is profound. It causes confusion, self-doubt, and feeling really sort of targeted actually. This put the survivor into a state of hypervigilance. From a sociological standpoint, it's a tactic used to break the natural flow of communication and power within a strong relationship. The narcissist doesn't confront directly. Instead, they pull the third person into a relationship to create a chaotic triangle, a move that allows them to remain at the center and manage all the drama going on. And we can break down the anatomy of this dynamic into 3 distinct groups: the narcissist, second is the target of the abuse, which is the survivor, and the third party involved. So let's look at the role of a narcissist here. The narcissist is the architect of the chaos. The narcissist is the one who initiates and orchestrates the triangulation, and they are the puppet master, pulling the strings of both the target and the third person. And the goal is not to create just a conflict, but to make themselves the source of control and validation. And they manage information flow, twist the stories, and create sort of competition between the 2 people. The second role is the target or the survivor involved, and the one who is undermined. This is the person the narcissist is trying to control, and you become the object of comparison, criticism, and competition. The narcissist will use the third party to make you feel insecure, jealous, and inadequate. And this is why triangulation feels so deeply disorienting. You're being emotionally manipulated without a clear understanding of why it is happening. The third party can be a new partner, a friend, or a family member, even a colleague. And they are brought into the dynamic, and they might be given maybe a partial or a twisted version of the story. And they may be completely unaware of the manipulation behind, or in some situations, the flying monkeys or the enablers, they are more willing to participate actively in the narcissist manipulation. And why the narcissist does the triangulation? The answer lies in their own deep-seated need for control and fragile sense of self. From a neurobiological perspective, a narcissist's brain wired to seek external validation to regulate their sense of worth. And triangulation is a highly effective way for them to secure that supply. And this constant state of chaos can keep the survivor's nervous system in a state of hypervigilance and making it difficult to find emotional rest actually. So by keeping multiple people in a state of confusion and rivalry, they ensure that they are the central source of information of power. And they avoid direct confrontation or conflict and leave the other two or three people fight against each other while the narcissist watch the dynamic from a safe distance. And they may introduce maybe a former partner or a colleague into a conversation to make them feel inadequate or insecure. And in this dynamic, the narcissist is the prize, and you are just one of the many who should be competing for their attention. And the desired outcome is to break down the trusted connections that you may have with other people and consolidate the power and ensure the narcissist to remain the central power figure in the dynamic. And while avoiding the direct responsibility for their own harmful manipulative actions. How do we recognize the red flags in a relationship? You might observe sudden unexplained shift in a third person's attitude towards you. And if you hear unexpected, unexplained gossip about yourself that seems to originate from nowhere. And you might also find yourself constantly caught in the middle of a fabricated conflict, feeling pressured to take sides. For example, a mutual friend might suddenly start treating you differently after, say, a narcissist told them something about you or an argument you had with the narcissist. And these are all signs that, there may be an instance of triangulation going on in your relationship. And how do we disarm this particular strategy? Here are 3 simple actionable steps that you can take. The number 1 is refuse to play the game. The easiest way to disarm triangulation is to simply refuse to participate. If someone is trying to put you into a gossip session about a third person, you can say that I'm not interested in this, or I prefer to talk directly with that person. And this simple statement sets a clear boundary and signal that you will not take part in their game. And the second action that you can take, if you come across any sort of gossip about you or something which you really don't agree with, go directly to the source if safe, right? For example, you can talk to that person and say, I heard something about me, but I just wanted to hear your perspective directly. And this sort of communication exposes manipulation. And this can be a very powerful way to re-establish a healthy direct communication channel which bypasses narcissist control. The third action that you could try is practice detachment. It's essential to understand the narcissist is about their own dysfunction. It has nothing to do with you. It's not about your character actually. So practicing detachment means consciously choosing not to be affected by narcissist attempt to sort of provoke jealousy, insecurity, or sense of competition in that relationship. And your power lies in your choice not to engage in this manipulative tactic. So ultimately, healing from the effects of triangulation is a journey of reclaiming your power and sense of self. And it involves prioritizing self-care, seeking support from trusted friends, family, or if at all you need professional help as well, and rebuild strong sense of self-worth. And it is also very important to understand that narcissist behavior is about their own dysfunction and insecurity. And this knowledge empowers you to break free from the cycle and protect your peace and cultivate healthy, authentic relationships that honor who you are. And the journey of healing from narcissistic abuse is all about moving from a place of confusion to a place of clarity. So if this video has resonated with you, subscribe to this channel and stay with us in the journey of understanding and healing from narcissistic abuse. So let's stay connected on social media, and if you're interested in, say, additional healing resources and long form content, I'll give you the links in the description below. And that's all for today, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.